in the previous lecture we talked about biotic and abiotic. Now let's move ahead. From the above conversation, you understand that the place, people, things and nature that surround any living organism is called environment. So now we know what is the environment. It is a combination of natural and human-made phenomena. It's the combination of human-made and natural phenomena. While the natural environment refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions existing on the earth. See, now natural environment is something different. It refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions. Human's environment reveals the activities, creations and interactions among human beings. Now here we have the next topic, which is natural environment. Now we are going to understand it in detail. What is the natural environment? Land, water, air, plants and animals comprise the natural environment. Now as we so in previous lecture, that what are the natural things which come under the natural environment. So water, air, animals, birds, these come under natural environment. You are familiar with the meaning of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere because you have already studied this domains in the 6th standard. Lithosphere is the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. So we have 4 major domains that we will understand one by one. So let us write down major domains of the earth. So first here we have is lithosphere. Okay. Then we have is hydrosphere, atmosphere. Atmosphere. Biosphere. Okay, so these are the major domains of the earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. So we will understand each and every domain one by one and how much important they are for us. Now first of all, we will talk about the lithosphere. It's the solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. It is very hard layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. It is made up of rocks and minerals. It is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains. You can see which kind of landforms in this: plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. Landforms are found over the continents and also the ocean floors. So this is basically lithosphere, in which what you can see the valleys, you can see the mountains, plateaus. So these are the landforms of lithosphere. The domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere. Now here comes the water. Hydrosphere talks about water. It comprises various sources of water and different types of water bodies. So under this you see the rivers, the lakes, oceans. You can see all the water bodies under the hydrosphere. So again, this is extremely important for all the living beings. Now we will talk about atmosphere. Atmosphere is the thin layer of air. It is a very thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. The gravitational force of the earth holds the atmosphere around it. It protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat. Now see, this is important. It always protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat. Nowadays you must have felt that so much hot weather is there. So because of this layer, because of the atmosphere, we are safe and we are protected. It saves us from the scorching heat of the sun. It consists of a number of gases, dust and water vapor. It is made up of gases, dust and water vapor. The changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate. Plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere. Now here we will talk about biosphere. So what comes under biosphere? Animal and plant. Animal and plants come under this biosphere. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life. So that was all about the major domains of the earth. Let's repeat the points. Lithosphere, made up of rocks and minerals. Hydrosphere, major source of water. Atmosphere, made up of gases, dust and water vapor, and it always protects us from the harmful gases and from the scorching heat of the sun. Here we have last one, biosphere, made up of animals and plants. Now we have the next topic, ecosystem. So let us understand what is ecosystem. Now here they have given a kind of story of Ravi again. So let us listen this story first. At an NCC camp that Ravi's class was attending, JC exclaimed, "What a heavy downpour." Now all the students together were attending NCC camp and one of the students exclaimed that what a heavy downpour. Downpour, that means what a heavy rainfall. It reminds me of my home in Kerala. Now this JC must be living in Kerala. So Kerala is a green state. Why? Because a lot of rainfall always there. So you should come and see how it pours and pours and pours over the lush green fields and coconut plantations. So here the friends are talking with each other and they are talking about the rainfall and all. Hira from Jaisalmer exclaimed, "We get no rains." Now students are talking to each other and discussing about the rains, that at my place you can see a lot of rainfall, and here at my place there is no rains. We see only kikar and sand. Now the place where you don't have any kind of you don't see the rains, this kind of plants you can see kikar and sand as far as the eyes can see, but you also find camels, said Ravi. So which kind of animals or which kind of plants you see where there is no rain, or if there is rain, which kind of animals or plants you see? So here you have to observe the difference. Now Hina says, not just camels. If you visit our desert, you will see snakes, lizards and many insects too. So maybe Hira is living somewhere at the desert area, so he is adding some more information that if there is no rain or the desert area is there, you see the snakes and lizards, this kind of insects or animals over there. Ravi wondered, why do the animals, the vegetation and the way people live vary from place to place? Are they all related to each other? Now Ravi has a question that why they differ from each other. Why one place is totally different from other place? Oh yes, very much so, the teacher replied. Teacher is giving the answer that yes, this is true that the one place differs from another. Why? Because one place is having a source of water and another place is not having a source of water. So the animals and the plants and the trees also we see the variation in this also. All plants, animals and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. Often they are also interdependent on each other. See, very nice word they have used here, interdependent. Animals, humans, plants, trees, they all are interdependent. Why? Because see, we eat vegetables, fruits. We are depending on trees. We are depending on some plants for medicines, and some animals are like that. They eat grass. They eat certain tree. They eat certain leaves of certain trees. So how they are depending on each other. So that is why they have called here interdependent. This relation between the living organisms as well as the relation between the organisms and their surroundings form an ecosystem. So that's how they are kind of related to each other, all the plants, trees, animals and human beings, and they form their surroundings and form an ecosystem. So here we get the answer that what is an ecosystem. So this is the ecosystem. Clear? And there could be an ecosystem of large rainforest, grasslands, desert, mountains, lake, river, ocean and even a small pond. Do you think the park in which Ravi and his friends played formed an ecosystem? So see, the ecosystem we can easily form, but we need to understand what is it. So here the friends of Ravi is also forming the ecosystem at the park.